Top on the news tonight. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu signs 2023 supplementary budget of over 2.1 trillion naira into law. Nigerian Army to deploy artificial intelligence in the conduct of operations. Plus, latest in the world of entertainment and sport. Hello and welcome to NTA Lagos Channel 10 News at 7. I am Oluwabukola Akonde. The news. President Bola Tinubu has signed the 2023 supplementary budget of more than 2.1 trillion naira into law. The sighting of the State House was witnessed by the principal officers of the National Assembly led by Senate President Godwill Akpabio and Speaker Tajuddin Abbas and the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, among others. A supplementary appropriation bill was last week submitted to the National Assembly and the National Legislature approved the sum of 2.17 trillion naira. The supplementary budget is to, among other things, take care of the military expenditure, make up of the conditional cash transfer, and 3-month wage award. The federal government promised its workers. The Nigerian Army is encouraging military commanders to deploy artificial intelligence in the conduct of operations. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reported that this was a highlight a training session on managing diversity and artificial intelligence at the Nigerian Army Resource Center, Abuja. The report.
Development of artificial intelligence has opened a variety of potentials for security and defense purposes, as this can be deployed in logistic support, simulation, target recognition and threat monitoring. Artificial intelligence for military purpose is a force multiplier. However, experts have concerns about its safety and security.
We also want to allay fear of particularly the commanders as to the negativity of artificial intelligence. Look at the positive side. How can you utilize it? We are already using it. People are just afraid. So let us put the fear behind us.
The most important thing, first of all, is to acknowledge and understand the various ramifications of artificial intelligence. Until we do that, we will not be in a position to actually be able to gather all the things that we need to gather from it.
The center is therefore seeking attitudinal change in military officers to encourage effective deployment of the technology. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Exploiting emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence in communication information systems, CIS, for an agile and resilient Nigerian Air Force is the theme of a conference aimed at effectively meeting national security imperative. The Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Azan Abubakar, who declared the conference open, gave assurance of CIS-centered policies to sustain efforts at meeting the security demands of the country. Defense correspondent Naja Atu Tijani report.
Government employs many methods and strategies to ensure national security, but a vital component which gives government informed choices is communication, which can also make or mar any strategy employed by government. The Nigerian Air Force is ensuring that commanders make informed decisions to achieve mission success by implementing an advanced system of communication in line with emerging global trends.
Our ability to churn out ideas to harness the power of technology will determine our success in ensuring the highest levels of operational effectiveness and efficiency. Similarly, a deep focus on artificial intelligence can revolutionize how we process data, analyze information, and make informed decisions in real time.
Beyond equipping CIS commanders with emerging technological know-how, the Nigerian Air Force is also working on improving the current system.
I believe this conference will generate a lot of meaningful and insightful discussions that will assist communication information systems officers in the effective execution of their duties, as well as contributing to the development of the branch.
Nigerian Air Force CIS practitioners from various units and commands, as well as other stakeholders from within and outside the service, are currently attending a conference. Naja'atu Tijani, NTA News.
The High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Maitama, Abuja, has granted bail to the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. The presiding judge, Justice Olukayode Adegbola Adeniyi, gave the order this Wednesday in Abuja in a ruling on the bail application argued by Matthew Poka. San Justice Adeniyi held that it is the best interest of justice and fair play, especially the provision of Section 35 of Nigeria's Constitution, to follow the rule of law. The federal government, the Attorney General of the Federation, and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, opposed the bail application. Justice Adeniyi, who granted the bail, hinged his decision on the fact that Emefiele has stayed in the government's custody beyond the time stipulated by law. This law also dedicated his decision on the fact that the federal government had completed investigation into the allegations against the former CBN chief and had even prepared the charge against him as far as August this year. Emefiele is to deposit his traveling passport with the registrar of the court pending his former arraignment on the 15th November 2023. More of the news to come as we go on the break now. Please stay with us.
Long time ago, it's that time again for sharing and giving love. It's Christmas. It's a time to be jolly and merry. Where would you rather be this season? Of course, NTA Lagos Channel 10. Yes, it is the NTA Lagos Channel 10 Christmas party. This year promises to be fun-filled. There will be games, bouncy castles, shout out to your loved ones, school presentations, and many more. It all begins with a roadshow on the 8th of December 2023. Date, Monday 11th to Wednesday the 13th of December 2023. Monday 11th December is the opening ceremony with so much to eat and drink. Gate fee, 2,000 naira per child. Venue NTA Lagos Channel 10 Tedros Shoyaba. Time 10 a.m. There will be lots of fun-filled events that you don't want to miss. Plus, every child takes home a bumper pack. Date again is Monday 11th to Wednesday the 13th of December 2023. Venue NTA Lagos Channel 10 Tedros Shoyaba. Time 10 a.m. Gate fee 2,000 naira per child. For sponsorship and advert placement, please call.
Hark now, hear the angels sing. A king was born.
NTA Lagos Channel 10 Christmas party. Come, jolly, and make merry with us.
Welcome back and thanks. If you're just joining us, you are watching NTA Lagos Channel 10 News at 7. Any private employer that increases salary of low-income earners, provides subsidy, employs more people would get additional tax relief. Chairman, Presidential Committee of Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, disclosed this as part of the major recommendations preferred as regard to the presidential mandate to improve the economic profile of the nation and transform the tax system. Joseph Hudson reported that he made the remark when in joint orders guest on NTA's flagship program, Good Morning Nigeria, to discuss the tax reforms report.
Multiple taxation by various tiers of government is reported to be having negative impact on business with costs of production and services on a high. Yet, the country derived little from tax to fund development due to high rate of tax evasion. These, among other challenges of tax collection, prompted President Bola Tinubu to set up a presidential committee on fiscal policy and tax reforms headed by Taiwo Oyedele. On Good Morning Nigeria, he speaks on major reforms that will reduce the burden on low-income earners and block leakages.
You have removed subsidy on petrol and prices are going up. And if factories and industries, many of them actually use diesel, why do you want to impose tax on diesel and make it more expensive? So we recommended that. Another recommendation we have is that public sector, the federal government has issued a wage award of about 35,000 naira for civil servants. We thought that the private sector also needs to enjoy something similar to that.
For other guests, the success of tax reform would hinge heavily on reorientation and building capacity of tax collectors, adoption of effective technology, and cooperation from subnationals.
I come from the tax administration part, the FRS, and I know how we suffer in trying to make people pay. So there is need for real orientation and reorientation.
Anything called tax crime, 80% of the mechanism to do it come from the people collecting tax. Okay. A taxpayer don't even have capacity.
Chairman, Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, believes much of the recommendations are business-friendly and considerate to the current harsh economic realities in the country. In Abuja, Joseph Utsen, NTA News.
And on the foreign scene, UNICEF defends accuracy of Gaza death toll as horror unfolds in Ravage enclave. Plus, car explosion kills Russian official in East Ukraine. Olamide Gaba Folarori takes us from here.
UNICEF spokesman has defended the death toll being reported out of Gaza, saying the organization figures match those of the Hamas-controlled Gazan Health Ministry as scores of Palestinians evacuate the territory south on Tuesday. More than 10,000 Palestinians have been killed by the Israeli airstrike in the past month, including thousands of women, children, and elderly, according to the Palestinian Ministry of Health in Ramallah, drawing from the sources in Hamas-controlled Gaza. Moving on, an MP and former military figure in the Ukraine eastern Lugansk region, currently under Russian occupation, has died after his car blew up, local news reports on Wednesday. Michael Filipenko suffered fatal injuries in the blast, his son Ivan told LogInfo. The media site said Filipenko was a member of the local parliament and a former leader of the Lugansk Separatist Army. And that's all on foreign news. I am Olamide Gaba Folarori.
Next on our lineup is entertainment news with Alima Salau. Let's join her.
Calm Down with Selena Gomez edges closer to 1 billion views. Calm Down has emerged as Afrobeat's biggest global export, with the song topping charts in multiple countries and setting record-breaking streaming numbers. While both the videos of the original and the remake have cumulatively surpassed 1 billion views, the Selena Gomez-assisted version continues to aim for the lofty height of becoming the first Nigerian music video to reach 1 billion views. The single released in February 2022 as one of the lead singles of Rema's debut album, Calm Down has enjoyed unprecedented success across Africa and beyond. Moving on, an official launch after two projects that have become the talk of the town. Nigerian filmmaker and actress Funke Akindele has announced the launch of her film production. In a post on Instagram, she shared the news of her official start of the Funke Akindele Network, further revealing that the company will be in charge of all-round dealings as regards film productions, thereby describing it as a 360 media house. And that's it on entertainment news. Hi, I'm Alima Salau.
Next is sports news. Let's join our correspondent on Sport Update.
The main organizing committee for the 2024 National Sports Festival in Ogun State have been challenged to ensure that teething problems of logistics that mostly affect the general well-being and performances of athletes are given priority in their planning. This, they say, will give the festival a befitting outlook for sponsorship and general optimal performance.
That means that we a synergy of the two bodies that will be organizing this National Festival, which by now should begin to think of being self-sustaining, just like we have the Olympic Games being
Meanwhile, the Under-15 National School Football Championship has climaxed Wednesday in Abuja, with National Grammar School Nike Enugu and Fusla Academy Abuja emerging winners in both boys and girls categories. The National Grammar School Nike won 5-1 penalties against KFA School of Ilorin. The president of Nigerian School Sports Federation explained that the school sports is aimed at reviving sports development culture in schools.
We've been calling on well-meaning Nigerian corporate organizations to ensure that we give our kids the opportunity to succeed. Because when you participate in sports, it's amazing. It's, you know, the character that you're able to build, the qualities that you're able to get from participation in sport is what every child is entitled to.
Finally, in boxing, heavyweight boxing champion Alexander Usyk hopes his heavyweight title fight against Tyson Fury will take place in February 2024 in Saudi Arabia. The Ukrainian was set to fight Fury in December, but promoter Frank Warren said last week that it is unlikely. However, Fury secured controversial split decision victory over former UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou in the Gulf Kingdom last month. WBO, WBA, and IBF champion Usyk was ringside in Riyadh, and after Fury was announced a narrow winner, the two faced off in the ring. With Sports Update, I'm Austin Edemondo, NTA News.
And that concludes the news. Benga Oluyede is standing by for the translation of the news in Yoruba. Once again, thanks for joining us. I am Oluwabukola Akonde. A very good evening to you.
ẹ kú àṣálẹ́ ẹ sì kú dédé àsìkò yìí àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn ló ń dé sí tí ìgbọ̀nyín láti iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán ìjọba àpapọ̀ tó wà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. Gbẹ̀ngà Olóyèdè ni oníròyìn. Ìròyìn rèé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́. Ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ti bu ọwọ́ lu ìwé ìṣúná ọdún 2023 tí ó tó ní tírílíọ̀nù 2 náírà sínú ìwé àbádòfin. Bíbu ọwọ́ lu ìwé náà ló jẹ́ ọ̀kan nínú ojú mi ló ṣe níwájú àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ní ipò gíga ní ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin àpapọ̀, èyí tí ààrẹ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin àpapọ̀ Godswill Akpabio àti agbẹnusọ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣojúṣòfin àpapọ̀ Tajudeen Abbas àti akọ̀wé àgbà sí ìjọba àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ọ̀gbẹ́ni George Akume wà níbi ètò náà àti àwọn yòókù tí a kò dárúkọ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìwé ọ̀hún ló jẹ́ ọ̀kan nínú èyí tí wọ́n gbé kalẹ̀ ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá sí ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣojúṣòfin àpapọ̀ fún ìfọwọ́sí tàwọn aṣòfin. Ìwé ìṣúná náà ní láti lò fún ìmójútó àwọn nǹkan òmíràn tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú tàwọn ẹ̀ka ológun àti sísan owó òmíràn tó ṣe pàtàkì pẹ̀lú owó àfikún owó oṣù olóṣù mẹ́ta èyí tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ ṣèlérí láti san fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ìjọba. Títúbọ̀ ní àwọn ohun èlò tìgbàlódé tìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ ayélujára tí ó kún fún ọ̀pọ̀ ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ ní ẹ̀ka ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ fún ìjáfáfá tàwọn ẹkùn ọ̀wọ́n ọmọ ogun òfurufú ló jẹ́ ọ̀kan nínú àkòrí ètò àpérò ìpàdé àpapọ̀ tàwọn ọ̀wọ́n aláàbò èyí tí ọ̀gá àgbà tàwọn ọ̀wọ́n ọmọ ogun òfurufú Marshal Hassan Abubakar ṣíṣọ lójú àpérò náà fọwọ́sọ̀yà fún ìlànà àti akitiyan láti bá àwọn àìní ohun tí wọ́n ń béèrè fún ti ààbò lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí níbi àpérò tó wáyé. Ilé-iṣẹ́ aládàáni tó ń ṣe àfikún owó oṣù àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ń gba owó tó kéré tí wọ́n sì ní àgbékalẹ̀ tó rọ̀ mọ́ ìrànwọ́ owó epo bákan náà tí wọ́n sì gba ọ̀pọ̀ ènìyàn sí ẹnu iṣẹ́ ni yóò gba àfikún ìrọ̀rùn owó orí. Alága àtàwọn ìgbìmọ̀ tó ń mójútó ètò ìlànà owó orí ọ̀gbẹ́ni Táíwò Oyèdélé ló gbé gbólóhùn ọ̀rọ̀ náà kalẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀kan pàtàkì nínú ìlànà ojúṣe ààyè rẹ̀ bí ọ̀kan láti mú ìlọsíwájú dé bá ètò okòwò orílẹ̀-èdè yìí láti mú ìyípadà dé bá ẹ̀ka tó ń ṣe kò kárí gbígba owó orí. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Joseph Austin tó mú ìròyìn wá sọ wípé alága ìgbìmọ̀ àjọ ọ̀hún sọ èyí di mímọ̀ ní àsìkò tó ń darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn àlejò tí wọ́n gbà ní orí ètò iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán ìjọba àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí tí wọ́n pè ní Good Morning Nigeria láti ṣèjíròrò lórí àtúnṣe ìjábọ̀ lórí owó orí. Tọ́ àsùnjì lórun tàṣálẹ̀ ìní Bámidélé Yewinú ti wà níkàlẹ̀ láti mú ìyókù ròyìn wá fún yín ní èdè Ògùn. Gbẹ̀ngà Olóyèdè kìyìn èrè ọ̀.
mechele mi kudo hwejayi mbokudo azan gbe tan e we le san nilo hawoto esin to teji osho yin to yin ba mi dele yewenu ni lode to gi gome otogbo gan Bola Tinubu we yin me odalo we mame na do mo mlo owe le yin alogona na okwesinza otogbo tan de ye bayi ogona itan de so akwe de lanto trillion aweji we yin de yeze alodeme na do lesun osen totolome alọzido we ma lọmọ ẹwẹ yín nu ìjẹnu kúnjínà mẹ oyin mẹ yín mẹnu kànlẹ mẹ kúrúgán etí tó òsẹ́nwé dàhó mẹ oyin òsẹ́nwé dàhó sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ tí ògán pátápátá Godswill Akpabio òpódó mẹ sọyìn òhódọ̀tọ̀ dénànà àwàdáwẹ̀tọ̀ lọ́mẹ Tajudeen Abbas òpódó mẹ sọyìn ìwé kàntọ́ ná òtógbógán sí fúnra ẹ̀wẹ̀ sọyìn George Akume yóò mẹ lọ́wọ́ náà tó lọ́mẹ nàdómọ̀rọ̀ nuwe ma lọ yin nuwe dalo to nkun ye to me edo we ma ina we yin nuwe zena na osenwe na do mo lo ye dalo we ma lo me dogbon okwele 2 trillion awe le so land eji ko ne na de kiboy na mo kweza na do honu na yo me yin afafungbele mo ja ya so mo akweza dogbon ko de ye do ye na su ko de na so na o melepo todo le na su na osun atonton de na su na me yin asanwa to na o to gbogan le ton nado mọ̀rọ̀mọ̀ yè gbẹ̀kàndó nu eyín nu yọ̀yọ́ de tòtò jí nado dike bọ̀ nùkàn yìí náà tì wẹ̀yìn nu ìzérótè lọ nado mọ̀rọ̀mọ̀ nu eyín nu yíyan ẹ̀ dùgbọ̀n gbẹ̀tọ́lẹ̀ sí ọ̀vlàmẹ̀dẹ́ ìzérótè tó nu yíyan dàlì nado mọ̀rọ̀mọ̀ òhódìdọ̀ kpódó nu yíyan ẹ̀ náà mẹ̀ kpó ẹ̀nà yín àdódó ewẹ̀yìn hóde yè zérótè nado dike bọ̀ tó lọ́nà yín nùkàn tó wẹ̀ nu mẹ̀yìn àpàfùngbẹ́ àjàwọ̀mẹ̀tàn yè sí àyín nado lọ ti toleji to galome we ye do ko he dom lo ene we yin ohole ye do na mon kunje me yin nu konto ye ton de yin me da ho to ye me we yin àwọn afungbe o jawon meton Azan Abubakar we do ho ne to ko nu ye si ayin to otitology do ene we ya dike boy le ram gbanukun do bo na so gben kandego nado mo lo ye na alo ran pe nu eyin danu wiwa de to toji nado dike alo eton na pe go asọdọ depoto otology ero azọnwa hwe de pepe de yin gbẹtọ le melopolopo dotele na do mlo yi le su no azọmẹ do de pe ye ton de yi akwedogo akwena me to azọnwa na ile bo so ba logona mo jawe ye so yi gbẹtọ dogo me ye yi le we na mlo ye na de alopo na atakwe de suyete o jansinto na otito yono van kunje otakwe yiton na otogboloton Taiwo Oyedele we do hwene to hwene yesi ayin do enewe yin nu dagbe leso yan dodo de ile 0 te to nu kona o meyin otogbo sin ayisinsin lo dogbon okwe takwe sin hodudo na do mo mlo nu koyitin na ajo wiwa to lome mo janwe nu so yin takwe yi eyin nu e so fo jirado Joseph Osin de no flen we do holodo mlo eyin nu e do to hwenu ye mebi si ayin to ayisinsin de wa yi to egbe to NTA sin asito de yi no yodo Good Morning Nigeria tome we idodo ho dogbon de na agbon to pon na do fo jirado na otakwe sin ohodido o mechele e ma o gan le to egbe na mi so pe to asan le fugbe ezun to fon